Hello, I'm Jason Skill. This is Painting with Skill Lesson 15. In this lesson we look at the stock sky format and see whether you can change it so that you can adapt your ideas and basically slide in and out the elements of that sky making format as if you're almost pushing in and out an element of sky from the side, like as if it's a stage set. So what we have is, let us just go over first our basic sky idea. What you're doing is you're coming in from the top, so this is beyond the edge of your picture, then we're dropping back and we're painting the next cloud, and then we're coming back, dropping that back down again, and we have another cloud. Then we can paint our basic piece of land on there, and perhaps a little bit of dry brush for your water, just to illustrate where we're going. Now let's imagine that instead of them being in that format, we just basically slide them about a bit. So let's take this top sky and we'll bring it in. So it doesn't go all the way over, it just say goes to here. And then this one will push further over. So that one we can have as a sky shape, we can maybe alter it a little bit, and that can come in and out. It's better if they come off in some dimension when you're painting skies. Otherwise they can look a little bit like kind of floating fluffy sheep, or they look too manufactured. And then this will come across and we'll have this one perhaps behind it as an example, and then I'm going to, so I made it kind of thin to thicker to thin, and then I might do that again and make it thicker and go off. So we have one that appears to be trailing. Now you could wonder whether this sky is moving that way rather than necessarily that way. Again, who cares, as long as it looks basically like a sky. Then we make our headland, push our brush flattish, and we go across with our dry brush. It now looks a little bit more cool than the first one in its format, and we feel like we've moved on a little bit in the way that we can think that composition through. Let's try it again. So this one, well, let's do it here. It's probably easier to think if you're moving that way. This time we'll move that go a little bit further over. So I'm just taking that sky, I've moved it in this illustration to here, and this illustration I've moved it, say, to halfway. And then this, hey, well, let's have it start from this side, and it comes in and goes here. And then maybe that's got a little bit of a trailing edge, 1 or 2 marks. Same idea, we're just doing these as sliders, moving across. And then this, we could have that coming thinner with maybe a trailer and a trailer. And then we could have our headland. Push this down a bit, open it out, make it more dry brush, test it on your piece of paper, drive it across sideways. I found this a revelation as an idea when I was teaching and also when I was creating paintings which needed to be quite quickly done. It was a good idea just to have this as kind of your memory bank going, stock sky, if all things fail, I'm just going to work on that sky. And then you just maneuvered it and thought a little bit as to how you could just slide these things across. So you're basically still thinking flat across the picture plane, it's just running flat. There's no kind of perspective to it particularly. But just the fact that you're daring to move these and alter them made me feel quite creative when I was making this kind of thing up. So this time, let's have that almost go out of the picture, but let's maybe have another one start to come in. How about that as an idea? Or maybe it's the trailing edge of this one and you can't see that it's above it. And then we could have the trailing edge of these bits that are left coming in, but then maybe another one's appearing that way. Again, we're still just thinking in 3 bands of cloud and them getting thinner. But saying that, why not let's, stir it up a bit, and we'll add maybe another band, or even some little tiny line bands of cloud there. That can be a great way of making the sky look like it goes further away. It's just tiny, tiny thin bands of cloud in the distance. And then we add our headland. And we do our dry brush, push the brush out, test it somewhere else, make sure you get the mark. I'm sure you get the idea. Basically, you take that format and you just keep shifting it. But before you start shifting it about though, make sure you've nailed the first one. Get it so that you can make that stock sky without much thought, that first format shape into your head before you start to move on. Okay? In lesson 16, we'll start to look at how you can do the same kind of thing with land, so that you're thinking about moving this in as spits of land from the side. Again, a bit like stage scenery brought in from the side.